Hello, gamers. What's I doing? Owie. Howdy, Sam. How you doing today? Outside still realizing that humans are dumb as fun. Yeah. It's okay, I'm not human and I'm still dumb as well.
Racky Belly Road.
Resubscribe for 4 months? Question mark? I don't know why it says that in my thingy, but thank you! Your continued support is appreciated, mi amigo. Belly poke indeed. How are you today? It's 18 months. Yeah, for me it says Voodoo the Chef resubscribed for 4 months at tier 1. They've been subscribed for 18 months. I don't understand why it says that. It's really weird. Same old, fair enough. My brain chemicals are positive enough today to allow me to stream Elden Ring. I took time yesterday trying to get things working. As I found out, the issues wasn't with Convergence itself as much as base Elden Ring. But I got the issues hammered out, so it should all be dandy. Grabby. Yes. They grabbied me. Alright. You might be thinking, whoa, Shadow of the Earth Tree, you're really far in the game. No, I have not even killed one rune boss. It's just this mod is a bit silly. Shadow Smithing Stone. Lucky number. Huzzah. 1 week. Hopefully I can overcome the stink brain and start streaming regularly again. I like seeing all y'all. Level up. I'll show where I've been. So this is where I entered the Shadow World at, because for some reason you can just teleport from like any Erd tree to any other Erd tree, even if you've never been there. Here's where I've been gameplay-wise, otherwise. I've mostly just been exploring Limgrave, and then I did the typical running around in Caelid early game, except I didn't go to this area yet, which is where I typically go early game in Elden Ring, just because beating the boss cheeses you a hefty amount of souls. And I don't know the conditions for getting to Round Table Hold exactly. It almost feels random, but I know there has to be some sort of logic. I think it might have to do with rune gain, because every time after I beat this guy in vanilla, Melania will take me to the Round Table Hold. And I've already killed Grail because, you know, free souls. Sanctum Undercraft. Yeah, they added an area over here. Bestial Sanctum. Let's go here. I have some death root for good old Geraint. Hey, Bippity Bop, what you got? Feed it me. Hear them, Remnant, and Beast Eye. Okay. Crafting. I honestly feel that the remnant crafting in this mod is a bit OP, but it's what it's. Like, they don't, like, sibling over my words. They don't give you the best version of every talisman, but they give you the best version of most of the talismans, like the two-headed turtle. There's only just this. But, like, I get the Winged Sword Insignia and Warrior Jarsard instead of Shard of Alexander and the Rotted Wing Insignia. But also you can just get things like Two-Handed Sword Talisman. Sadly doesn't work with Beast Claw because you don't two-hand, you twin it. There's also this one that they added. Anyways, don't really need a face, do I? No. Well, we have the one. Need the table. I'm gonna look up where to get the painting for the Dragon Heart. So I remember where the painting leads you to, I just don't remember where the painting is. There's Priestess Heart, but I need the other heart. Dragon. Rock Heart. Domain of Dragons painting. Alright, where is it? Shadow Keep. Fuck. Okay. Let's just continue on. I believe they also remove Stone Sword keys. Because I haven't seen any key doors yet. There's this. Storm Hell Ever Jail. So I need 41 faith. I feel kind of weird right now. Ow. I should mention, I am very out of practice with this game. Not that I tend to fare well with the Crucible Knight, even on a good day. But I definitely why do I feel so weird? I'm gonna reapply some grease. No! I put on the wrong thing! It's doing so well, too. Boys, get 'em. Here comes the maw. No. Chomp. Gimme tail, gimme tail. Oh, give me the shield. Gives me tail in the vanilla. And if you're wondering why I'm so liberally applying grease, it's because I'm kind of just trying to get rid of my, this stuff. Base game greases, that's the word. Because since I can go around in Shadowland, I can make myself even better greases, like the Mesmer Fire Grease that I have on my Quick Select. Lamau. It's still somehow connected. Get reposted! I'm not gonna bother. Not even sure I can. Let's see. Is there something up there that I can see? Don't see any item beams. So, continuing this way. You have what it takes to be a better dude. Yes, you see that. Smithing sometimes 5 and a smithing sometimes 1. Yeah, okay. Those are just smithing 1s, by the way. They renamed all the smithing stones and gave new looks to the lighter ones. Why? I don't know. There's like a faint electric taste in my mouth, and I don't know why. If it was thunderstorming outside, I'd be concerned, because I believe that typically means a bolt of lightning is getting ready to fuck you up. But it's just windy out, slightly overcast. Ooh, smithing 2. How many large stones do I got? Just the one. I need another one in order to upgrade me claw. But yeah, you see, Shadow Smithing Stone is for basically it's smithing 5s, I think. 5 or 6, one of the two. There's Rodrika. Rodrika, you're alive. Spleen. No. I also feel slightly lightheaded for some reason. Maybe it's just a little too... it can't possibly be arid. There's there's rain. Just enough day, I guess. Wait, they've repaired the bridge! Okay. Your fingers, lad! Let me sniff them. Isn't the... What's in vanilla, the strength knot tier stone up here? Not like up here, but like over here. Like I said, I'm a little out of practice. Top of feeling kind of weird today. Yep, here it is. Withered straight sword. Ow. Sir, that is rude. Time for invasion. You can't catch me off guard when I have the boys! I like the changes they do with what you call it? The spirit summons. Though I hope they fix the issue where even when they disappear on their own, that you don't get your health back, you have to resummon, then cancel summon. But, like, instead of it being like an MP or HP cost, you simply sacrifice some of your HP, MP, and stamina to summon. Don't know if they actually have a... Do they have? No, it doesn't say. But they sacrifice a portion of your stats, basically, to allow you to summon them. Which is a pretty reasonable exchange, I'd say. The simple HP MP summon cost in vanilla is very negligible. Soporific grease. Especially if you have the Cerulean Hidden Tier, then it's literally free. Except for, like, the Mimic Tier, which requires 600 HP, I believe. Which, again, is not really much in the long run. You can just heal that with one chug. It's a casting tool, isn't it? It's fake. So I'm guessing this is where you start if you're God skin. Yeah. Faint rune of black flame, hear my vow. Black flame dart. Burst in blade. Oh, the blade. It may be pretty nice. Because I believe it only has moderate fire. I'm gonna run an ad break because I am needing to enjoy some music. Sorry about that. You know, when the organs say it's time to go, it's time to go, you know? Attic monster egg. Let's go. I need to level up 17.5. You are alive. Slurp. Somberstone. Oh, right. The crypt over here. Can't be. I should also have some depth, right? Guess we'll know when the beast's eye quiddles. Oh, it's quibbling. So I got my Tamagotchi Paradise in, only to find out battery's not included. Bruh. So I'm gonna have to budget in some AAAs sometime soon, because that's the type of battery it has. And if it was AA, I'd be set, because, you know, a lot of things take double A's. It's like the vanilla of the battery world. Gucci katana. Yonky, that's Splinky. Put faith in mind. And this morning I got in my new coffees. The box set, which is just the 2 coffees of the Fallout show Season 2. Not impressed with either one, really. Just being straight up honest, much like the TV show. Shrine, Reno, Black Flame. No. Burrowing Black Flame. That sounds gnarly. Death Root and Ribrake. Did they do something funky with the Ribrake? Flick Soulburn. What the hell is Soulburn? It does holy damage. Yeah. Anyways, where is the spell? Here we go. Guessing this is just like little fireball, and then this is probably like great combustion. If I have to venture a guess. I'm guessing this is just fire orb. Flame fan. Fire small projectile. Enemy afflicts with the curse upon impact. Reduces their holy damage reduction by 10% and deals holy damage. Stack with Separatist, stack with lesser Soulburn. And Burrowing Black Flame with a very gnarly picture. Breakfast And they take damage and then explode. Why is the holy damage? It's flames. Pet gut, yes. I think it is nighttime in the game, so I need to go dap up Big Boobs for extra treasure. Sick, that is rude. Alright, boys, get him. No, get him, not get got. Stop moving! It's my job. Oh my goodness, you are so damn annoying. Alright, that's it. Time to spin to win. Actually, I'm going to slap on regen real quick. You motherfucker! Gotcha, bench. Pinion Thrust and Gauntlets. Nice. Let me guess, their Gauntlets is one of those ones like, oh, you gotta not be using a special weapon. Yeah. Alright, boys. Job's done. Job's a good one, as some would say. Grassy is... I remember this area being a little bit shorter. Maybe it's just my memory being old. You're old. Multiple chins because you're fat. I got an email. What does it say? Your internet bill is ready. Oh boy. Let's go see Selling to see what she's selling. Sink. Spin the wing. I mean. Really? That's all you're carrying? I have enough to scream! No. Enemy found. Well, you get nothing for that? Here she is, my waifu, bare feet and all. What are you selling? Oh, to buy enchanted goods. Oh. Yes, please. Everything only takes up one slot from what I've seen. Snarf our consumables. I do like that as a feature. So it is nice. So the class I chose, if it wasn't obvious, was the Beast Wizard class, because I just wanted to do a playthrough with Beast Claws. And also to see what sort of nonsense they added for the beasts. And you eat some raisins. Now I can do 2 damage to everything I run into when I push the B button. It's rather silly. Anyway, we're heading in yon general direction because we were wanting to kill the bell-bearing hunter. That's right. I'm just trying to remind myself of why I'm running all over the place. He's not here. I think we have to teleport into here at night, is the shtick. Any war cry, why not?
There's a myriad memento of fine tale, so it grants me. Well.
Alright. Time, night. Is it too close to morning or something? Past time until night. Sleep on this guy's lawn for the day. Whatever. They got rid of the free fire grease? Why? Let's see. Other things I have not yet done. I have not finished Stranded Graveyard. Nor have I done French Valkyra's Grave. Let's see. I also have not done you. Or you. Oh. Anyways, I'm feeling pretty weary. The game is deemed illegal for me to encounter the bell-bearing hunter, apparently. Same to you. We're level 55. Think we're tough enough to take on Margit? I think we might be. Wild strikes. Okay, so place is not open. That does kind of put a crimp on our plans. So, what, do we sneak in this way? Looks like it. Spleen. Oh yeah, the pots are They're consumables, like in the old Soul games. So, like, it does screw with the menus, because, like, throwing pots, it's no longer in there, it's in the consumables tab. Yeah, yeet! Jerk. Wanted to make your eardrums bleed. How dare you? Lowering pot. Very nice. Put on my hip lamp so I can see where I'm going. I'm also looking to see if there's like a lever or something to open that up. My yaoi hands are too grabby for you, young man. Lost grape discovered. Delicious. Summoning co-op potato. Let's do this.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden ring. Emboldened by
The flame of ambition. Extinguish thy flame!
Let it be Margit Lavelle.
I think you jumped actually, but you know, who am I to cramp on your style? What? Why is the shackle not working? Oh, cheer, why are you already dead? Whoa. I meant to chug Judd, but you know. I wonder if they added any of those attacks that Margaret's doing. Like, at least an equivalent of them. Like the summoned holy weapons. He had to turn on the Wandering Noble because he knew he was too powerful. Unfortunately, so am I. Hell yeah, brother. Another memory stone. Okay, really great. But, Tower in fear of the night rain. Get it? Because he gets super anime powers in Night Rain? I kinda like the Crucible Horn. Crystal Feathers. It says it's FBCS 1 with 1 extra per charge, well, channeling, but it doesn't really. I don't know, man. It just drains MP way too fast. I'd rather have Rock Ball. Because it's just Fireball, but rock flavored. Oh, Rock Ball at him. sir. Ready to have your world rocked. Remnant crafting. What you got? Sure. $18. The sun's coming out. Begone, foul demon of the stars. Begone. You can see again. It's a Christmas miracle. There's not enough poison in that attack for some reason. I must die. Ooh, block it off. Claws for the hooker and you. This is why I love Crucible Horn, by the way. It allows you to jump right back into combat. Crucible of Italy. Oh yeah, I do have another route, don't I? I should go feed Garank. It's his favorite treat, after all. Well, bye-bye. Oh. Squee! This mod is both a case for and against the FP regen talisman being in base Elden Ring. Because I would have really appreciated it. Because the MP regen is just passive. You can of course get the MP regen thingamajig. Anyways, anyways, what I was trying to say. You can get the FP regen talisman in this mod still. And, you know, like, increase your MP regen speed a bit. It acts just the same as it does in Shadow of the Erd Tree. As far as I'm aware, anyways. But enabling a player to use their Ashes of War and spells more freely feels nice. And honestly, base Elden Ring kind of felt like I kind of wish there was like a passive MP regen, even if slow. Where are we going and what are we doing? I genuinely cannot remember. Oh yeah, feeding Garank. Hello? Oh, he's out howling at the moon. I forget that he does this sometimes. I believe it's after 4 Death Root he It gets rabid. Assassin Curia. Alright, back to the castle. But also on the same token, having virtually infinite stamina is... well, not stamina, MP can be a touch overpowered. Makes it to where you have to think about when and where to use your skills more. Ow. But with it, you can just kind of go, okay, I'm struggling, I'm going to cast regen, sit here and wait, cast regen, sit here and wait. Granted, you can also kind of do that with the Crimson Dew talisman. That gives you like 2% regen, which is pretty nice. But this mod was made with the mind of players are going to be primarily relying on magic and specials. Like, even if you want to play as just a melee class, there is or rather I should say there are choices. Because if you remember earlier where I remarked on something being only for people without indoor faith weapons, it's because the equipment is for specifically melee players. If you do not have a weapon equipped with int or face scaling, this has the following effect. When you use a greaser consumable, you gain 5 stamina recovery and 15 recovery for a minute. So you got things like that to enhance the more plain melee playing. And then you have other gear like stuff I started with, where it's like, you gain these stats and you get a slight discount on these skills. Brick hammer. He just got it tucked behind his ear. Let's continue this way. Some skills, like the bestial vitality, I feel are possibly a little too good, because they by default heal you a good bit, as well as not really cost much MP. You get it fairly early in the game. And I love that you can still get healing off of those. Anyway, it's too good, is basically what I'm getting at. Too cost effective for what it does, lasts too long for what it does. I'm just thinking in comparison to how things usually go. Because you can get the talisman pretty easily that extends the duration of things. And yeah, it's one of those things that in vanilla game I kind of wish you would be able to get earlier than in the literal last place before the last place of the game. That extends the duration of spell buffs and stuff that you can cast. And this thing already lasts a pretty dang long time. Ow. Sweet. So getting something that increases duration by like 40% when it already lasts like, I think 90 seconds? Let me look if it actually says how long. Beast, beast, beast. Bestial. 3 minutes! So yeah, it'd be like 5 minutes if I do things. And you can see here, there's some way to boost it too, to make it heal even more. I haven't found it yet, so who knows? but it lasts a pretty lengthy time. Now, maybe it'll fall off at some point, but I doubt it. It's just too good. To the point that I don't even use my flasks too much. Rampart bonfire. Turn the lights out. Wanna burn everything you care about. Traction does not move. This room looks wider than I remember it being. Anyway. Rock ball! Rockety ball. I guess if you just want to play a mod that remixes the game a bit and makes you feel a little bit overpowered, this is a good mod. Or maybe I've just not encountered the stuff that will truly test my patience. I mean, limits in... Unfortunately for you, your mother. No. Correct? Well, again, the rate you heal is... well, not heal, regen MP is on the slow side. Which is perfectly fine, but like... no. Like, I'm more fine with it being something that, like, requires you to give up a talisman slot for, even though by the time you get it in Elden Ring, because it's in Shadow of the Erdtree, it kind of loses its real value. Or like in Dark Souls 3, you could put MP regen as an enchantment on your the weapon in that game, and pretty much the weapon was just my MP regen bitch. It didn't really... I didn't use the weapon very much. Because in Dark Souls 3, the game feels suck. It just does. Like, there's a reason why I say Elden Ring is Dark Souls 3 if Dark Souls 3 was actually good. Because Dark Souls 3, it just has like a bunch of cool ideas that fell flat. And like attacking with weapons always felt like I was fucking trading in that game, which I really didn't like. It's like the only weapon that I feel like I wasn't just trading blows was probably the like massive weapons, because I can at least have enough distance between myself and the enemy to actually hit the enemy without them also hitting me. Because remember, poise works for them, but it doesn't work for you. Like, I have no idea what the fuck they were thinking with poise in that game. Because it's like, if you notice, in every Souls game, post Dark Souls 1, they hardcore nerf poise. It wasn't that bad in Dark Souls 2, but in Dark Souls 3, poise did jack shit for you. In fact, armor in general did jack shit for you. Just throw some pebbles. Like in Dark Souls 3, I think the only armors you should ever equip, unless you're just wanting to, you know, fashion souls, I can't blame you for that, because style over death, well, death over lack of style, or whatever you want to say. I'm absolutely biffing my words right now, but hopefully you get what I'm picking up. Anyway. You should only use light armor inside Dark Souls 3, because not using armor actually, it doesn't say it, but you actually get like a huge negative defense penalty. But the difference between using the most powerful quotation marks armor in the game versus the lightest, most weakest armor in the game, in my scientific testings, is very minimal difference. Like, super duper itty bitty tiny difference. Was there a difference? Yes, but not a significant one. Can't remember. I don't think I took pictures of it. I think that was during a time I didn't have a smartphone when I was playing through that game for the first time. But when I was like stuck on Nameless King, I was like desperately trying to see like does armor actually do anything in this game? And the answer is no. But it was basically the difference between me taking 1,000 damage versus like 800 damage. So you're still getting 2 shot regardless. So you may as well just go with the lightest armor possible so you don't get that negative penalty. And I've touched on it before as to why they put in that penalty. It's because they don't want players all being naked and rolling around. It was an issue that has existed since Demon Souls, where endgame Demon Souls players, nobody was wearing armor in endgame PvP. Because armor wasn't doing enough to keep players alive in PvP versus having really good dodge rolls. And so they tried to fix this in Dark Souls 1 by making armor really good, being upgradable, blocking hits, giving you poise, so that your attacks don't get interrupted as easily. It's pretty dope. But they noticed that it was kind of too good. Like, if you remember Havel strats from when we recently did that Pyromancer playthrough, you can just soak up the damage, not really have to worry about it. It takes like an F-ton to stun you. So they nerfed it in Dark Souls 2. They got rid of it entirely in Bloodborne. And they brought it back in Dark Souls 3, but it was so scuffed. The only things that poise can actually be used for in Dark Souls 3 are charged R2s with large weapons. It does not apply at any other point. Or if it does, it doesn't apply meaningfully enough. Enemies all hit too hard and break your poise instantaneously. So not only does armor not really reduce your damage enough in that game, but it also doesn't let you tank and deal heavy attacks very easily. Though again, Big Bunker, best weapon in Dark Souls 3. Anyway, they, like many of the systems in Dark Souls 3, they improved it in this game. Armor doesn't make you, like, invincible, but it really does help. Setting your armor right for the situation can help you survive, but you may not normally. Like, when I was first going through this game, I wasn't wearing armor for most of it. But, like, the final boss, I was desperate enough that I was like, okay, I'm going to wear my heaviest holy resist armor. And I did. And I won. Poise works somewhat similarly to how it did in Dark Souls 3 in this game. It's still not as good as it could be, but it's better. Because now heavy attacks in general, even like heavy attack spells, tend to give you a poise multiplier. Like, your light attacks are still gonna do, like, you're still gonna get stunned out of them most of the time, unless you're using, like, a huge weapon. But let's see what these give. Commoner. Faith. Oh, my starter armor is still much better. And a micro discount on MP is still not going to make me want to switch. Anyway. Poise works a lot better in this game. Like everything else. Like, I cannot emphasize enough, like, how this game is literally just Dark Souls 3, but better. In, like, every single possible regard I can possibly think of. Motoring. Wow. Ow. Alright. Sir, you get the trumps. Pinch. There's a magic version of the Godskin swaddling cloth that they put in this mod. I'll probably use it. Why festering body fingers? I guess in the future when they add multiplayer to the mod. Because right now Convergence doesn't have multiplayer, I don't believe. I think. Not entirely sure. Motoring! Guess there's a way to climb back up. So why not? I also just love the effect where you can flip medium and lighter enemies up in the air with the shoulder charge. So many good things in Elden Ring, man. Like, when they finally make an actual next game, I'm just wondering, where do you go from here? Like, there's so much in this game. I missed. Pushed a lever or whatever. Controversial take. I feel that Dark Souls 2 kind of had it right with the enemies able to hit you off of levers and stuff. And doors, so that you can't just do what I did there, grab the thing and just go lamau. These guys are trying to attack you, but you just go through the lengthy opening animation. I think what they should do instead is make it work, but not be like, stumbling over my words again. Stardex. Okay, brain, let's try to put this into words that make sense. I think enemies should be able to knock you off of doors and levers, so you can't just dodge roll through everything and push the button and be like, haha, I win, for free. But I also don't think that it should be like Dark Souls 2 in that the window for them to hit you is just like you just sort of staring at the object for like 3 seconds before you finally start the animation. It should be like you have a window where they can knock you off. Like, let's say the first 20% of an animation. That's what I'm thinking anyways. Dex and crit. This is kind of useless. In this mod, enemies don't tend to drop items. Because they made it to where all equipment is found in the world instead. Anyways, that's my hot take for the day. Or at least for the minute. I feel like there's a lot that Dark Souls 2 got right that the other games didn't. But there's also a lot more things that Dark Souls 2 had a good idea, but was kind of scuffed in execution. I am of the camp that the weird things going on with dodge rolls in Dark Souls 2 was... It was an idea, trademark copyright, but not an idea that I feel like should really be ran again. People like it when their dodge rolls are consistent. People like to blame adaptability. That's not the 1% truth behind Dark Souls 2's scuffed dodge rolls. Was not expecting him to pull the trigger so fast. Anyways, there's other mechanics that nobody talks about, and probably even fewer even know about. Like the amount of stamina you use. I'm stumbling over my words again. In Dark Souls 2, in general, there are weird things that go on with stamina. And it's actually where the real issues that people have with the game come from, even if they don't understand it. If you don't have enough stamina to perform an attack, then depending on how much stamina you use in excess, the damage will be lessened. And I should say, guys, I'm sorry for butchering my words so much today. Let me gather my thoughts again. Stamina. If you use an excess amount of stamina, you go into a sort of stamina deficiency where you have negative stamina. The game doesn't show it, of course, but that's the reason why if you see it's like taking a while for your stamina to recover in Dark Souls 2, it's because it's in the negatives and you overdrew on your attack. That mostly applies to melee attacks, where melee attacks will have damage reduced as well for the amount of stamina you use in excess. It also penalizes dodge rolling. It doesn't show any different, but it will penalize it by reducing your iframes in dodge rolling based on the amount of excess stamina used to do it. Which is why you will see clips of people just getting destroyed despite being in a dodge roll state. It's because, yeah, they can perform the animation, but in reality, you don't have iframes anymore. But the game doesn't tell you that. And that's one of the issues with Dark Souls 2, is a lot of these hidden mechanics. And I will note, in my recent playthrough, magic does not seem to have the same penalty to damage done but you do still go into negative stamina usage. But you will always do the same damage regardless if you overdraw or not. You know, I should have just used Crucible Vitality. Whatever. I think I'll use it now. Yeah, I felt like that kind of system was, it's a touch scuffed. Like, even if it did explain it to players, it would probably make the experience wouldn't have been as great, even if people knew what was going on. And people like to blather on about Dark Souls 2 like it's the end of the world or something. But it isn't. They get their feedback. They realize what worked, what didn't. And they've been, like, sort of slowly trickling in games. Well, features from the game into other games. Such as in this game, we have what they call power stancing, which is just dual wielding. Though I have to say, one of the features they made in Dark Souls 3, twinned weapons, carrying on forth in this game, I like. Because it's always felt weird where you have fist weapons, but like, alright, where brain stopped drawing a blank again. Twinned weapons. So, those originate in Dark Souls 3. In, like, Dark Souls 1, for instance, fist weapons were kind of weird to me. Because it just felt wrong, only being able to punch with one hand. And in Dark Souls 2, of course, they introduced power stancing, which is wielding two similar weapons. You can have a special attack with them. I don't have anything to really show that off with in this game. Not right now, anyways. If I get a second Beast Claw, I could probably show. There's like a weird little thing, though, where there's additional hidden stats required in order to do power stancing. Like, it isn't just simply, oh, you can one-hand each one. No, you have extra requirements, like... Oh, let me pull up a page so I can get a good look. Malformed Claws, which is the crab claw weapon in Dark Souls 2. Okay, so the requirements needed to wield it are 16 strength, 14 dexterity. It can only be paired with fist and claw weapons. They simplified that inside of Elden Ring to where you can only pair weapons with a weapon of the same class. Which some people like and others don't, but I'm personally fine with it. It makes it more straightforward. In order to do a power stance, though, you need 24 strength and 21 dexterity. So there's just like a hidden extra cost to do it. Again, like a good idea, but kind of weird. There's a lot of hidden mechanics like that in Dark Souls 2. Yeah. But you could finally dual wield properly. I say properly because you kind of could in Demon's Souls, but it wasn't an intended feature. It was just sort of like an exploit that just happened to work. If I remember right. Dark Souls 3, they were on a strict time limit in a way. The game was a touch rushed. I don't know how rushed. Don't particularly care. I'm not going to be any softer on the game were I to know. But because they didn't have time to put in dang it. They didn't have time to put in power stancing from Dark Souls 2's engine into the Bloodborne engine that they used for well, each of the games Bloodborne and beyond. That's right, this is just a mod of Bloodborne, but the solution they came up with was to have a few specific weapons have a ability to be twinned. Come on, I should have been able to fit through there. I'm fat, but not that fat. Oh yeah, I should probably try to not die here because I lose a portion of souls, don't I? Unless they got rid of that feature. No, they got rid of it. Whatever. Anyway. So you have things like draying twin hammers and I don't know, other things. I think the fist weapons in that game also had twinning, but I have not used them, nor have I seen anyone else, so who knows. But they put it in as a solution to a time constraint, and it was pretty cool. That's it. You know, I felt that one coming. Get to the chump. Nope. Great Sunderstone. Just how great is it? Karens, when you tell them their world doesn't revolve around them. Like, that's not a fish. Little toot. Ooh. Get closer. It's like magic, magic. Freaking normies! Yeet! Oh, did you survive? I will survive. I should go to the mountain and harvest petals so I can make giant flame pots. Not to be confused with hefty fire pots. Lamau. Bro. I'm just here to open the door. I don't need this bow, Pucky. Bug. Oh, a button. And that should be enough to upgrade our beast claw too. Delicioso. Now I need 3 to get it to the next thing. You see the face scaling on this thing? S++. I have no idea why. Probably go for an extra half hour before we end it for the day. Probably going to continue playing off stream, as I desire to play the game. If I could get gear that makes my MP regen faster, that'd be pretty dope. I'll take slightly lower bonus stats for such a boon. Hard smithing the stone. 2 more needed for me claws. Major domo. Holy moly. Yikers. I think this is a situation for the boys. You know, a cast speed medallion would also be pretty cool. Especially since I don't really plan on putting much into decks, if anything. Lamel, you filthy little trick in the book, getting closer to me! And this is why the boys are the best summons in the game. Left, right, dagger. Lord Somberstone. Okay. So, okay. I guess when I eventually get the bear claw, those will be useful. Or if they put any other kinds of claws in the game, that would be pretty dope. Alright, boys. That's right, Godzilla soldier, keep at it! Worry not, boys, I can bring you back. Back in the fray. Yeet. 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 Good job, boys. Have a brewski on me. How many souls I got? 10k. How many do I need? 19.5k. I understand why they did it, but at the same time I feel like it was a bad choice. But so many characters having similar names in this game make things confusing, because like, man, I don't remember which one's Godfrey, Godric, Godefroy. I mean, I do know some of them, but like, I don't remember which of them that guy is. God Jimbo. Beard sword key. Nice. Boring you in style. Blades. What's happening here then? I'll show you. Oh, you're just out of my range. Chrysalid memento. Mentos. Cheeseburger. Cheese was sweet. Glaive. Corn trips are no place for a mighty warrior. I like how it isn't until you hit them through a wall that they do the same to you. It's kind of funny. It's like, okay, you want to break a merchant, I'll do it too. See that called? Blue white wooden shield with the chicken strips. Oh, hi. Aren't you a little eager beaver? Yeah, boys, rattle him. Delicious. Poison pot. Isn't our pot poison? You see, it's funny because my downstairs neighbor smokes an F-ton of cigarettes and weed. And boy, does it stink up the entire fucking apartment complex to the point that we keep getting complaints about the building. Like, people might think that I am just, like, being a whiny little bitch about the stench of cigarettes and weed. But no, I mean, we're literally getting filed complaints from people passing by the building about the stench emanating from it. I'm not exaggerating. I have documented proof! I'm not gonna show it, of course. I'm not gonna dox myself, but... like, bro! I don't know. I frequently run into the frustration of people not believing me despite the fact I never lie. It's like, oh yeah, all of my spine from like the neck down is fused, and the X-ray person is like, yeah, sure. Then they take a X-ray of me. He's like, oh, you weren't lying. And I was like, no, I am not lying. I never lie. There's no reason to lie. My life is bizarre enough as is. I don't know, I get frustrated when people call me a liar. It's like, I think the only person who could actually tell was my lawyer. Because of the statement he made to me before of, I don't think you're even capable of lying. And I was like, I am capable. I choose not to because I prefer to style upon others by winning the game fairly, as it were. Like, you have to imagine the exhilaration one feels of someone cheating and still failing to overcome you.
The pleasure's mine. I'm looking when I'm not hot-footing it, but enough about me. This place, not exactly a place. I see it, you can see it, God. I'm tarnished, but understood. I'm privy to a few. Would you care to learn more as a fellow time?
Wow. Spinning weapon. Oh. His blood stain should be down below. When's that done? There isn't normally a pathway over here. But there's still those two rats, if I remember right, on the roof of the building. Oh, it's because I screamed, wasn't it? But yeah, it is frustration, because, like, I complain about it. And they're like, yeah, sure, Mioskovich. Whatever you say, bud. I believe you. Yeah, the neighbors smoking every now and then must be kind of difficult on you, but you're probably just exaggerating. So I can tell that's what they're thinking by when they finally come over here and they're like, wow, this place fucking reeks. And I'm like, yeah, I told you. I don't know. Oh, there's a ladder. Was it the Greek character Cassandra? Speaking prophecies, but no one believes her? I feel much the same way. Except instead of prophecies, I'm just saying it how it is. Ooch. Though I do tire of not being taken seriously. That's how you're supposed to progress Rodrigo's quest to get her to a round table hold, but she just goes there automatically if you go north of Stormvale Castle, so it's very easy to just get her to the hold prematurely. Oh, they didn't put her thing here. Guess they moved it. What was the button? Oh yeah, that's right. It's triangle then square. Sneed. I still like Roderica and Hugh's questline. I can finally start upgrading the boys! Let's see. So I have this until I'm balled up. Here now? Ah, yes, yes it is. Crimson Hood, does it do anything different? Big by 5. Speaking of... Suicide runes. Should be somewhere around here. Should be old Jim Bob Jamerson, painter extraordinaire, part-time ghost, full-time sitter. Bitch. Anyway. Sir, I would gladly shed my humanity to become a wyvern. Or worm, whatever you want to call it. If all I had to do was eat dragon hearts, dude, that would be breakfast every day. Starting the day the dragon way. How comical would it be if they changed the trap teleportation location? I could look at the painting again, see just where this thing is taking me. But that would be smart, wouldn't it? And we can't have that. So instead I'm going to stubbornly meander around blindly until I find where the guy is, because I know it's approximately in this area. He only appears when you're fairly close. It might be around here. Right. And I know they haven't removed the painting rewards, because I got one, and the shadow gave me a shield. I was like, oh boy, something that I'm not using in this run. Thanks, game. And I don't remember how to get on top of the plateau that's like next to the tower area, because I believe that's where the other painting I found in Shadow is at. Again, it's been a while, and of course I've played through base game Elden Ring far more than I've played the DLC since the DLC came out, and then I played it to bits. I enjoyed it, then I put the game down for a long while. Because I kind of wanted to play with Rosari, but neither of us have had the coin to get him the DLC. So it's going to take a while to do another, playthrough. Seamless co-op. But I really want to play through again with Rosari. It's a fun adventure. That was doing single. Is this where the Dragon Priest starts? Yeah. It's like looking over this way. Also, I want to eat that rune. Where is it? I'm hungry. No. Delicioso. I'll find where the painting guy is at, and that'll be where I end, because I should be responsible and eat a food. Been having extremely bad depression lately. Again, I'm trying to fight it. But depression has hands. Or is it on the other side, isn't it? Is it? I swore it was on this side. Oh, it's over here. And it's like you see this. Where are you? Leave me alone. It's over there. Maybe on that ledge. I don't recall it being on that ledge. I recall it being up here. Somewhere. They moved the spirit spring a little for some reason. You can still get down here. This is on the beach, was it? No. Another thing this mod adds is precarious platforming. As you can see by the spirit springs on the pillars in the water. It's also a little bit harder to tell where's where because of the stuff they've shoved in the mod. By the way, before I knew you could use spirit springs to safely land and stuff, the way I got down there was by like slowly parkouring my way down. There's like wolves on that ledge too. Am I just thinking of the wrong one? I might be. I think I'm just thinking of the wrong one. Oh well. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with all meow today. I am going to go mercilessly devour the other half of my breakfast. Y'all have a funky fresh time. Peace, love, dope.